So what I'm going to do is this is going to be a quick and dirty on how to take trade ideas that you get from Plato's. Typically, the majority of them are indices. You're going to get things, well, there's gold, it's a metal, there's silver, it's a metal. Then you're going to get indice trade ideas like US 30, NAS 100, the JP 225, is it called the DAX? DPX is the German index 40, I believe it's called. BTC, did I miss one? Anyway, there's a general package of them, right? She drops trade ideas. For a matter of fact, for the month of November, she shared 90 trade ideas in the month of November for some crazy amount of pips, which if you took every single trade idea, which I absolutely do not recommend, and you enter them into your software, you can win. If you're trying to pass a funded challenge, this might be a really good resource to copy some trades in your funded challenge. You pass your funded challenge, and then you take the trade ideas to make you a little bit of money. What I did was I made a little bit of money, and I took that money from my challenge and I opened up a nice big fat stock options trading account with it. So I'm literally trading with someone else's money because I got my funded money back. So I'm literally trading with none of my own money. All right, it's all earned money. It's my money because I earned it, but it's like it's a little bit different approach. So you can do whatever you want to in terms of how you take these trade ideas. So without further ado, I'm going to do a screen share. And I'm going to jump right into this. And the whole point of this, I'm just going to go through this quick and dirty to show you how to use TradeLocker software. Now, if you're using a different broker, say I think Sway Markets has a different trading software, but it just got to figure out where the buttons are. It all works. Pending orders are pending orders. It all works the same way. You just got to figure out where to enter these trade ideas into whatever trade software. Maybe you're using MetaTrader, whatever. It's all the same numbers. The numbers don't change. The only thing that might change is your margin based on your broker. So just keep that in mind. So let me share my screen here. I'm going to share into TradeLocker. I've got a resource. If you want to see the resources, just go to this website, xtrmfx.com/CCFT. That stands for Copycat Funded Trader. You can go in there, got a bunch of links. The video that I did last night, which is very comprehensive, is there so you can see this. And I may post this up here in a playlist as well. So this is just for example purposes. Do not take this trade for example purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't trade money you don't want to lose. If you don't like to lose, don't trade. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. All the disclaimers. There's no guarantee. If anybody's telling you they're going to win every time they trade, they are lying to you. If anybody's telling you can learn to trade in 2 weeks, they're lying to you. Now, can you learn to copy trades in 2 weeks? Probably. Is that going to teach you how to trade? Probably not. Right? So I'd recommend that you formally get in somewhere and learn how to trade. We've got an absolutely awesome educator that we're all aligned with over here. She is a rock star. So if you really want to learn how to trade and you can find yourself 2 or 3 hours a week to plug into a trading academy, I highly recommend you do that. So let's jump into this. So this is one of the trades that came over today, right? All right, I'll just say, and this is just an example trade. So you got this in your software. We have a software that the trade ideas are dropped through, which when you subscribe into the academy, you get access to all this. You get access to the trade ideas. You're going to get access to all the training, everything else. You get access to this really cool group of people that will help you as well. So this is a trade idea, and we're going to say for right now that price is right here because that's where it's at. And we'll just say we'll call this a pending sell order, right? Because it's a pending sell order. It's not an immediate execute. Why not? Because price is up here. Our entry is down here, and we're going to do a sell. So you're going to come over to your lower right-hand corner. There's a little arrow. You're going to put that up there, and the first thing you're going to do is going to click on pending. I like to go ahead and hit the sell button since it's going to be a sell. It's going to be pending, and I'm going to put in my first number, which is 2688. And 2688 is going to pop right up here on my screen. This is my entry area right here. You can see that again. This is my measuring tool over here. I call it my measuring tool. It's a, what the heck do they call this thing? I can never remember. It's called a forecasting and projection tool. There we go. The forecasting and projection tool on the short side because it's a sell. That's why you got the red on the top, the green on the bottom. Red is stop, green is go. I like that. Very simple. That's my entry area for my pending order, which means if price decides to turn around and come back down this way, it's going to enter here. Again, do not take this trade. It's for example purposes only. It's going to enter here and it's going to take off and head down in this direction. If it stays in all the way to 2655, we're going to see how much money we can make, right? So I'm going to come over here. I've got my entry and my pending order. I'm going to come over here to where it says take profit. and I'm going to enter in 26.55. 26.55 pops up down here on the bottom, and it's coming up at $1,650. Why is it coming up at $1,650? Because I've chosen half a lot size down here. Now, if you're brand new and practicing, I would recommend, like I taught in the video last night, is that you get your spreadsheet somewhere so that you can know how, if you're trading gold or you're trading US 30 or trading SPX 500, which is my favorite. I trade that about 100% of the time. Every now and then I might throw in a little bit of BTC or some other stuff, but that's what I trade majority of the time, right? I'm not a big fan of trading gold. I always call her my toxic girlfriend. So again, this is just for example purposes only, right? If you want to trade gold, have fun with her. She will date you and kiss you and love on you and then stab you in the back, right? And then because you love her so much, you'll turn around and go right back into the relationship and it'll happen again, right? And you'll hear me talk about it. That's how I talk about gold. She's my toxic girlfriend, right? So at a half a lot size, right, a 0.5 lot size, if this trade turns around and enters here and travels all the way down here, you'd make 1,650 bucks. But what if it doesn't go all the way down there? Well, then you won't make 1,650 bucks. You could stop somewhere in the middle, right? So we're going to talk about in the middle stuff. Stop loss. Always put in a stop loss. I don't care what someone else tells you, put in a stop loss. My stop loss is right here. It is 26.95. And again, this was the trade I did. I was putting out. So what did I say? 26.95, right? So 26.95 is my stop loss. Now, if I go with these numbers right here and this takes off and it comes down here and it doesn't turn around and hit the stop loss, the reason we have a stop loss is because we want to make sure that we're not losing a whole bunch of money. In this scenario, if it came down here, turned around and went back in this direction, I'd lose $350. Not a huge deal when I'm on a $100,000 funded account. I can deal with that, right? I'm okay with that. Even if I'm on a $100,000 real account, $350 is a lot of money, but it's not going to like kill my account, right? So I'm very, very conservative in this, and this would be an okay win. But what if price doesn't make it all the way down here? What I would recommend is coming in and doing this. So if I hit the go button right now, if I hit the go button, this is all going to be active. I'm going to show you how that works. And this is at a 0.5 lot size. Let's just do some other ones. I'm going to show you what 2 looks like because some people get greedy. That's a 2 lot size. So if I do 2 lots, my loss on this side, if it turns around and goes in this direction, I would lose $1,400 and I would earn $6,500. And right now, people are probably salivating, going, "Oh my God, that's what I want to do. I'm just going to enter 2 lots every time." If you do that, you're going to blow your account. You're going to lose your money. You're going to get your feelings hurt. You're going to get mad at me. You're going to get mad at the world and say that trading doesn't work. It's because you're being greedy, right? So be conservative. We're going to go back to 0.5, right? If you're trading something less than $100,000, I would go a lot less. If you're trading $3,000, I would go to like a 0.015 or something, like way down there, right? Just to you got to protect your cash, protect your capital, right, in what you're doing. So you got a 0.5 going on here. So this would be the trade if it takes off and heads in this way. But what if it doesn't get there? Because we're tracking and measuring every single trade that we're doing, like I taught last night, I'm going to just take it to TP1, which is 26.75, right? Which is right in this area somewhere. 26.75 is right about there. Right, so I got coordinates 26.75. 26.75 is right here. Let's see if I change this to 26.75, what kind of money I'm making. 26.75. 26.75, I'd make $650 on this trade. It comes here, enters, and it continues on down here. It hits my take profit 1 or my target profit 1 at 26.75. I'd earn $650, and of course, there's going to be some fees and things in there like that that run out before us. What if it comes down here and I start to panic because price starts slowing down? Well, you can always come, right? You can always come in here, and I just entered that trade, and now the trade's down in here in my pending positions. So if price decides to turn around and head this way, and it starts working, and it gets down here, and maybe it's like at $350. I'm in panic mode. I can always open up my phone and go to hit the little X and close the trade. Whew, right? And then it's going to continue on down this way and we go, "Oh man, why didn't I just stay in the trade? I could have made more money." Been there, been there. You're going to say that. You're going to do that. Trust me, it happens. You can ask anybody that trades with us. Been there, done that. Why didn't I stay in the trade? It could have happened. All I wanted to do today was show you how to enter a trade. That is it. So let's go back and recap. I'm going to go to this pending order and I'm going to delete it. There's a little X down here. So I'm going to delete that pending order, right? You couldn't see it, but it's there. Trust me, right? So again, I want to enter this trade. So let's get all this stuff out of here. I'm going to enter this trade. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come to my little arrow, right? There's other ways that you can do this too, but I'm gonna show you here. I'm gonna click on the pending order. I'm gonna click the sell button. I'm in at 26.88, which means I'm entering right here. I'm gonna click in my profit. Now it's automatically loading because the program is designed to do that. Once you put numbers in there, it just saves them, right? If you haven't used it before, it won't do that. You'll have to put them in. So 26.55 is my get out point, which is down here. I'm going to put in my stop loss. I'm going to type it in here, which is 26.95. So I type it in 26.95. If I want to move any of this stuff and adjust any of this based on whatever, all I've got to do is just slide this up a little bit. I can adjust my stop loss up or down by simply sliding this stuff. Once you hit the sell button, right? Once you hit the sell button and activate the trade, if you want to adjust or edit any of this stuff, so I'll give you an example. So maybe price comes down and price gets about right here, but your stop loss is way up here and you want to move your stop loss down so you can preserve or keep some of your capital. Say it's just running like, oh man, I don't want to lose. I want to keep this going. You can always just click on the little SL over here and you can slide your stop loss right down to where you want. So maybe price is down here. You're going to come over here and you're going to hit got to move some stuff around. Anyway, it would edit it for you because price would be down here where it's supposed to be. And you can set up what you call it, or you can do a trailing stop loss by simply hitting the trail button over here. And when you hit the trailing stop loss button, what's going to happen as price moves down, the stop loss is going to move down with it. The challenge with that is the stop loss doesn't go back to where it was originally at. If price turns around, the stop loss stops. So if price is moving down and you have a trailing stop, right, all set up. I don't know why it's not letting me. I messed something up here. 26. Oh, I know. Let's do this. Okay, I think I fixed it. So in a trailing stop loss, what's going to happen when you hit the trailing stop loss, as price moves down, the stop loss is going to move down with it. However, if price pauses and turns back around, the stop loss is going to stop where price stopped turning. So it'll come down with it. So let's say price moves down and the trailing stop loss gets into this area. If price turns around and comes back, the cool thing about it is everything in the green is a win for you and you hit the stop loss, you still in profit. So just be aware if you set a trailing stop loss and price comes down the stop loss is going to come down with price. Once price turns around, the stop loss is going to move down and stop to where it moved down to. So just be aware of that. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me come down here to these pending orders and delete that, right? So that is essentially, right? That is essentially how you enter a trade into TradeLocker from a trade idea that you're going to get basically from anywhere. So you can get them from Platos or anywhere that you want to. And then of course, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm probably going to do SPX trade ideas that I get. And I'm going to show you how to enter those in and how to set it, how I would set a stop loss and recommending. I like those because the win ratio, past performance doesn't guarantee future results, but I know the win ratio is way the heck up in the ceiling there. And if you I'm not a financial advisor, so I got to be careful how I do this. If you copy me and you do what I do, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to get good results. I'm just going to leave it at that, right? Again, I can't guarantee you're going to win every trade because I don't. I win a lot, but I don't win every trade, so I'm just going to throw that out there. If you really want to learn how to trade, get enrolled into our academy, get enrolled into classes, spend 3 to 5 hours a week doing this because it can create a career for you that will change your life dramatically, especially if you have kids that are like 18, 19, 20 years old. Get them enrolled in trading classes. It will change their life dramatically. So I'm going to hit stop on recording.